Shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, to the Bayeshit Davidat, the house of David, Amaya Shatat, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. You are the true children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you and you alone. All right. I have a lesson for you today. This was actually inspired from the camp this week from this old scoffer. All right. And this old bottle. All right. If you tuned into camp, hey, you know exactly what it is. This demon just continues to come by every so often, right? Trying to self-edify himself in the scriptures, and tries to make brothers agree with him. All right, but nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and get into these scriptures. Lord willing, to be edifying, uplifting unto the body. All right, we're going to start Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 8 and 9.
Really, he's trying to find validation.
God, that was the word.
That's what he's looking for. He was looking for to be validated to the nonsense that he was speaking. All right, so he could feel good that he had the right answers.
Right.
And when he didn't get those answers, then he was getting roused up. He said, "Wisdom of Solomon."
4, 8, and 9.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 8. It says, "For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by the number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age."
Right. So this is Yahweh Shem Yahushua is saying, hey, it doesn't matter about your age. All right. It doesn't matter about your age. It doesn't make you wise. All right. Because here it is. This man is up in age, 60, 70 years old. All right. And he came by thinking that he could teach the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua something. All right. The world might look at this man as if he is wise because he's lived this, so-called full life. So-called full life. And he has has the ability to have gray hairs, all right, even though he was a bald Jake, all right, but nevertheless, hey, he believes that he has it, all right, he has it all, and that he knows it all right, and that he can't be taught by anyone that is really younger than him, all right. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, doesn't deal with so-called wisdom that the world deals with, all right, just because you're up in age, okay. Yahweh Shem Yahushai has a particular way that he releases his information. And the information and the secrets that are given, he releases it unto his servants, the prophets. Okay? I got this.
Let me read that in the GNT. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 8, or Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 8. It says, "We honor old age, but not just because a person has lived a long time. Wisdom and righteousness are signs of the maturity that should come with old age."
Right, and it's not. And that's exactly what this old man didn't have.
And he didn't have wisdom, and he wasn't righteous. And that's, as it said in the KJV version, that an unspotted life is old age. Well, he wasn't unspotted, Right. The Lord already judged him, in the flesh.
He wasn't.
That's why he has can't walk.
Right, has his chair.
He got to roll around everywhere.
All right.
Okay, and that spirit that he had on him showed that he had no wisdom.
God. All right, because if he would have had an inkling of wisdom, he would have closed his mouth. All right, when he came up to the camp, so he could hear the answer to his question. All right, this is going to be here in the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 7, and it reads, "Wisdom is too high for a fool. All right. And this man came up very foolishly. All right. He came up expecting to hear and wanting to hear one thing and expecting us to agree with him just because of his old age.
Yeah, he had
Right.
the spirit of a YN, or a GMO baby, as the Apostle would call.
Right. Hey, and he believed that was enough. He believed that was enough to come up to the altar of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and render a unacceptable sacrifice. All right. He tried to give his time, but he gave it unworthily. All right. He wasn't willing to listen to the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So therefore, he ultimately was marked for what? Judgment. All right. And this isn't the first time we dealt with this Jake. All right. It's been 2 or 3 times over the course of years. All right. That he's came up every so often. All right. Now, 1 Corinthians 4:9.
I have this real quick.
Yeah.
I believe the brother pulled this out too at camp, but I don't know where the KJV went. Ecclesiastes 5:1. It says, "Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil." And that's what he was doing, was giving the sacrifice of fools.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
And
You got it.
it was understanding that he was super prideful, came up hella wicked, blaspheming the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. And leaning on to his own vain lust. Right. That the fact that he was what was it? The Ethiopian Bible that he kept on calling for. All right.
And he said, "Well, hey, we don't read." He said, "You're saying that because it's written in the book. Well, that's what we're doing. We're reading out of the book. If you have a problem with it, hey, well, that's your faith." And pretty much all that was done was the Most High sealing his judgment.
Done. But yet he's calling to read from a Bible. Anyway.
Yeah, he wanted from a different Bible.
In a different Bible.
I got you. 1 Corinthians 4:9. It says, "For I think that Yahweh hath set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men."
Right. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai set up the apostles, starting with Apostle Tahar, Apostle Kabar, Apostle Rabba, Apostle Rakah, the elders and the bishops, all the way to the newest brother. This isn't new that we have to deal with these old bottles. This isn't new that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, has the prophets out here on the highways and byways, all right, to solidify the elect of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, Lord willing would be of that number, but also to condemn the undesirables. All right? And this is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's purpose. His purpose was for this old bottle to come up and to get marked for destruction.
May the Lord preserve his ass till the last missile.
God. All right. He continued to do those things and talk, very, very, very pridefully. And on top of it, he came with the chain, the iced out chain, a chain of the Baphomet or the Bulls.
Well, the Chicago Bull chain.
And all his pride. All right. Another false idol. All right.
That symbolizes, the devil horns.
You got it. It's Wisdom of Solomon 7:15 and 16. And this lesson is not meant to be that long. This is just this simple-minded man came up to the camp just for judgment because his pride and him not willing to listen to the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And ultimately we know it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that has sealed him for his destruction.
Okay. What scripture you want?
Salakia, 15 and 16. Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 15. It says, "The Most High hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise."
Right. It is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai who directs the steps of the wise. All right. And when you cling unto this word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai full-heartedly, you are there considered a wise. All right. Wise within your measure. All right. But wise nevertheless to take heed to the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's wisdom. All right. It's wisdom. The beginning of wisdom is the fear in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It is a wise thing to attend unto the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It is a wise thing to keep your mouth shut when you come up before the men of the Lord and you ask a question to hear the answer. Mm-hmm. But wisdom was not there. Wisdom did not meet him at the door. All right?
I got this real quick. Ecclesiasticus 19 and 20. "The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency." So his complete power. Right? We can't do what we do without Yahweh Bashem Yahushai putting the Spirit on us to do it. Right? That goes into him directing, our steps, directing the wise. Mm-hmm. He actually gave us that wisdom to move around with. All right, jumping back into Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 16. "For in his hand are both we and our words. Mm-hmm. All wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship."
Right. It all belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and it's in his hands. The words that we speak, as this devil was saying, he was saying, "Oh, you reading out of the book, you reading out of the Bible." Hey, this is what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai commanded us to do.
Yeah, this is part of this is the instruction. The physical instruction, because we get, as it says in, I believe, Job, he sealeth the instructions for the next day, in our dreams, or when we're asleep. But and really this word is inside of us.
Yeah. And essentially, the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is the blueprint and the instruction to all living things. But how much more for his nation, his people? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has done all of this. There's nothing that he needs. He didn't need anybody to help him. It's already done by his will. But wisdom's too high for a fool. He couldn't listen to receive the answer that he asked. He couldn't listen for the answer that he was seeking for. Salakia. All right, for the question that he asked. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it continued to really start to piss him off. He pissed himself off.
Well, ask for a question and not be able to. But the thing is, he didn't want the answer.
God. He just wanted to come up and scoff and mock and get marked by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai yet again. How many offenses has that devil caused? All right?
Yeah. See, in the GNT, same verse, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 16, "We are under his power and authority, we ourselves, our words, all our understanding and skills."
Mm-hmm.
So that all came from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, everything that, as we stated before. We can't speak without the Most High moving our lips.
Right. And this is what this man thought that he was doing. He thought he was speaking in wisdom, and that the Most High wasn't controlling his lips. Mm-hmm. All right? Foolishness and folly.
We'll be on.
All right, Wisdom of Solomon 7, drop down to 28, and you're going to read verses 28 down, and then read through 8 through 5.
Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 28. For Yahweh loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of the stars, being compared with light, she is found before it. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom.
Right. Nothing shall prevail against wisdom. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai loves wisdom above all. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, all right, can take its place.
Yep.
Take her place.
Just a quick little dictionary. New Oxford American Dictionary says vice is immoral or wicked behavior.
Yep. That was the spirit just about to ask you to pull that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, something that, temptation, what does it say? Rebuke the tempter and he shall flee. You always bring up how Yahushua used the word, which is wisdom. They used the word to rebuke Satan in the wilderness.
Yep.
So.
And continuously in all counts.
So righteousness overcomes, iniquity or wicked.
Folly.
And that's plays all the way into the story of Esau versus Jacob.
Yep.
The fall of Babylon and the rise of, the saints.
It's all through wisdom and the ordaining of the times by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Okay. You said read chapter 8?
Yeah, chapter 8, 1 through 5.
Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. It says, wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, the sweetly doeth she order all things.
Orders all things. So it's not just something that wisdom use. Wisdom, separates the good from the bad. All right? It's wisdom that does that very thing.
Yeah.
Wisdom gets to categorize and make the lot for each. To say this is holy and this is profane. This is clean and this is unclean. That's wisdom. All right?
It says, I loved her and sought her from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty. In that she is conversant with the Most High, she magnifieth her nobility. Yea, the Lord of all things himself loved her.
Right. So if the Most High loved wisdom, all right, and gave wisdom, how much more should we cling unto that he loves?
Mm-hmm.
How much more should we allow it to direct our footsteps? How much more should we stay on the path and strive for more wisdom, knowledge, and the perfection of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? Just as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as in the book of Psalms, it says, roughly paraphrasing scripture, we hate those that hate thee. All right, we love those that love Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We love the things that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai loves. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said in the book of Proverbs, all that hate me love death. Okay? So loving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is loving wisdom.
Right.
Loving the fear and the knowledge and the understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's order and how he directs all steps in all things. All right? There was one more, right? Or was that it?
Verse 4. It says, for she is privy to the mysteries of the knowledge of the Most High, and a lover of his works. Wisdom is privy to the mysteries, being, she's up on game knows if you have wisdom, you know what the prophecies.
Right. She gets the first of all things. Yeah. She's the first one. She gets the first VIP access.
So wisdom is knowledge of the prophecies. The secrets of the Most High.
God. Hey, and who is prophecy? Yahweh Shai is prophecy. The word. All right? The Word made flesh.
Yeah, because what God's word is spoken through the prophets. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?
So wisdom works all things, and nothing is above it. Nothing is above wisdom
Right.
that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai provides.
Because what it says, he declared the end from the beginning, and the end is manifest.
Mm-hmm. So all that is what takes place when you have wisdom. When you are without wisdom, and you're not seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and you're going after what you think is right or what you feel. All right, coming to the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Hey, Lord willing, hey, we be those men, and we continue in the way of wisdom, and knowledge and understanding in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, Lord willing, this was an edifying, uplifting lesson. We want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Bayah Shadabadat, the house of David. Till the next time, I'm Ayah Shatad,
Correct this up.
and we say Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Ba Ba Ba.